Hey guys, today's training is going to be a little bit different. This is your last training in this video series. And what I want you to do is I want you to take either a person or a pet, and I want you to try to evacuate them. And so you don't have to make it a real evacuation. Just take them to the store. But what I want you to do is I want you to do it very rapidly. So I want you to do it, and I want you to give yourself some kind of time pressure. So give yourself like 5 minutes, okay? Or 10 minutes. Something that is going to, depending upon the circumstances. If I knew more about your specific circumstances, I'd give you an exact time. But in this instance, because I don't know, I really want you to take the amount of time that you would normally take to get them in the car, and I want you to cut it in half. So if it takes you 10 minutes to get them in the car, do it in 5 minutes. If it normally takes you 5 minutes, do it in 2.5. Whatever. I want you to be super challenged to get them in the car and get them, quote, evacuated. You don't have to call it evacuation. Just, you're taking them to their store, or you're taking them to the movies, or you're taking them to a restaurant. I don't care, but I want you to evacuate them. What if they're bedbound? You should still try at least to evacuate them somewhere. So let's say they have a doctor's appointment and you're going to evacuate them. Do that. Gather all of their things together. Again, you're not really evacuating them. Just gather their items while the medical transport is preparing them, because you can't rush them. They're just going to go at the pace they're going. So if they're bedbound or there's some way where they can't evacuate themselves and you realistically can't do it, then you need to find another way. So if you decide that you have someone who's bedbound, you need to try to find a way to evacuate them and see how you would do it if medical transport wasn't available. Because in the end, there may be that medical transport isn't available. So if they're not there, what are you going to do? How are you going to evacuate them? I would like you to try to evacuate them. That's very, very important, and it's going to make a difference in ensuring that when you're evacuating somebody, you have an alternate way of doing it. Remember, medical transport is like all other assistance. It's ice cream. Nice, but not necessary. If in the end you have to evacuate, like if you have a racing wildfire, there's no calling transport, you have to just leave. And if you do that, you need to have a way of doing that. Is it going to be an inconvenience? Absolutely. But it's going to be the kind of thing that protects you in a disaster, so you know how to move them. This is important training for you, or making sure your pet, for example, if you have a pet that fights you or doesn't want to get in the crate, good, we learned that now. You're going to have to find some way of doing that to make sure that they get in there, take them to the store and come back, whatever, put them in a crate. It's not the same as putting them in your back seat. I don't want you putting them in the back seat. They need to go in a crate with their disaster backpack. If you have one, if you don't, because you haven't created one yet, that's fine. But put them in a way so you are used to evacuating them in a crate. That is very, very important. If you don't, you are only putting yourself in a difficult position if they have to go to a communal shelter and they're not used to handling it. Just try to hurry it up. Keep it accelerated so you're constantly cutting the time down. Again, I don't know your specific circumstances, but whatever it is, make it a challenge so that you can go and evacuate them as rapidly as possible. And when I create future videos, I will give you specific timings so you can try to do when you are doing these types of exercises. Again, in the comments, put specific animals and scenarios you would like me to talk about, and I will specifically do them for you. This is Disaster Patrick. Remember, prepare for a disaster, and you will never experience one.